You already know the math of money. Spend less than you earn, save the difference, invest it. Everyone knows that. And yet most people still don't do it. That's because money was never really a math problem. It's a psychology problem wearing a math costume. Your brain runs on a set of ancient shortcuts that were never designed for bank accounts, credit cards, or the stock market. And those shortcuts quietly sabotage smart people every single day. Today, we're mapping the psychology underneath the money. Once you can see these patterns, you can't unsee them. Losing $100 feels roughly twice as painful as gaining $100 feels good. That's not an opinion. It's one of the most replicated findings in behavioral economics. This is why people hold on to a falling stock far longer than they should, hoping to get back to even instead of cutting the loss. It's why a small subscription fee annoys you more than a much larger one-time purchase delighted you. Your brain isn't weighing gains and losses fairly. It's built to fear losing what it has more than it desires gaining something new. Offered $100 today or $110 in a month, most people take the 100 today. Even though 10% in a month is an incredible return. But offered the same choice a year from now, most people happily wait the extra month for the bigger number. Distance changes everything. A reward that's close and certain overwhelms a bigger reward that feels far away and abstract, even when the math clearly favors waiting. This is present bias, and it's the quiet force behind almost every "I'll start saving next month" that never actually happens. You've already put $300 into a gym membership you never use, so you keep paying instead of canceling. As if not canceling somehow gets that money back. It doesn't. That money is already gone, whether you cancel today or in a year. The only real question is what you do from this point forward, but the brain treats past investment as a reason to keep investing, even into something that's clearly sinking. The money you've already spent should never be part of today's decision. It's gone either way. Only the road ahead should count. $1 earned from your paycheck and $1 won at a casino spend completely differently in your head, even though they're worth exactly the same amount. Tax refunds, birthday cash, and bonuses get treated as extra, easier to blow on something impulsive, while the same amount sitting in a regular paycheck feels protected. Your brain keeps separate, invisible accounts for money based on where it came from, instead of treating all of it as one pool. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. $1 is $1, no matter which jar your brain wants to put it in. A jacket marked was 200, now 90, feels like a steal, even if the jacket was never really worth $200 in the first place. That crossed out number is an anchor, and your brain measures every price after it against that first number, not against what the item is actually worth to you. This is why the original price on a sale tag matters so much to retailers, and why the first number mentioned in a salary negotiation quietly shapes everything that follows. Whoever sets the first number in the room usually wins, unless you notice the anchor and question it directly. A lot of spending isn't really about the thing being bought. It's a signal. This car, this bag, this vacation says something about status to people who, statistically, are barely paying attention. The trap is that this race has no finish line, because there's always someone one rung up the ladder to compare against. Meanwhile, the actual goal, financial freedom, security, options, sits quietly on your own track the whole time, uncontested, waiting for you to stop watching everyone else's lane and actually run toward it. Markets don't move on spreadsheets alone. They move on a pendulum swinging between fear and greed. When prices are soaring, greed convinces people that this time is different, that it can't possibly fall, right before it does. When prices are crashing, fear convinces people to sell everything at the worst possible moment, locking in a loss that would have recovered if they'd simply waited. The investors who actually do well aren't the ones who avoid feeling fear or greed entirely. They're the ones who notice which one is currently pulling at them, and do the opposite of what it's screaming to do. The moment something becomes yours, you value it more than you would if it belonged to someone else, even if nothing about the object changed. Studies show people demand roughly twice as much to give up something they own as they'd be willing to pay to get that exact same thing in the first place. That's why it's so hard to sell an old car for what it's worth, or drop an investment that's underperforming. It's not really the object or the stock you're attached to. It's the fact that it's already yours. Ownership itself quietly inflates the price tag in your head. That's the whole map underneath the money. Losses hurt twice as much as gains feel good. Rewards that feel close beat bigger rewards that feel far away, even when the math disagrees. Money already spent shouldn't influence money not yet spent. A dollar is a dollar, no matter which mental jar it's sitting in. The first number you hear anchors everything after it. Status is a race with no finish line. Fear and greed swing like a pendulum, and the calm center is where the real decisions get made. And the moment something is yours, you'll overvalue it just because it's yours. None of these are character flaws, they're just how every human brain runs by default. Naming them is most of the work. If this map was useful, subscribe. Every week we're drawing the next one. I'll see you in the next one.